Still working on the microphone levels. I changed some stuff from what I've usually had. I'm right now. I'm in a calorie surplus because I'm trying to put on muscle. So I'm doing what they call bulking by just eating a lot and lifting heavy. I've never. I've lifted weights for quite a few years, done strength training for quite a few years now, but I've never done the diet component to it. I've only ever really dieted to lose weight. I've never really dieted to put on weight, specifically muscle, so this is all new for me. But when you consume a lot of carbohydrates for the glycogen, the levels that you need for your building muscle, you put on a ton of water weight, and then also you're just eating a lot. And I normally don't eat so much throughout the day, so I just feel so fat and bloated, and it's a very uncomfortable feeling. I just feel heavy because I have so much water weight. It's something crazy, like 1 to 2 grams of water for every like kilogram of body weight or something crazy with carbs. I want to show you something I was looking into real quick. I'll be right back. I feel like those of you who are of the older generation are probably more familiar with this. For child safety, garment should be fit snugly. This garment is not flame resistant. Loose fitting garment is more likely to catch fire. So this common yellow tag is on tons and tons of kids' clothing, specifically pajamas, and they fit like bodysuits on these kids. They look like tights, full-body tights. Come to find out that it's a law in the United States for children's pajamas to be flame resistant in some sort of way. There's a lot of controversy about the use of flame retardant chemicals, and it seems like a very murky topic in terms of finding. No, but why? Why kids' clothing specifically? Well, it all has to do with Congress passing the Consumer Product Safety Act that had to do with a bunch of fires that were happening in the 50s, because prior to the back when everybody smoked, smoking in bed was the common cause of house fires, and one of the leading causes of death in children. I mean, fire was a leading cause of death for people for a long time, but especially children. And so there are a lot of kids, specifically one case in the 50s where a child died on Halloween, and from what I can gather, it had to do with their Halloween costume catching fire while they were laying in bed, and that led to a series of events that moved to basically force everything. All kids' sleepwear has to be flame retardant, as well as mattresses all have to have some sort of flame or self-extinguishing aspect to them. I just thought that was very interesting because I was reading this tag while sitting on the floor doing something with Caden, and I was like, wait a second, it like triggered something in my head where I heard about how kids like died in house fires all the time while they were sleeping, like their clothes would catch on fire. But then I found out that this yellow tag is like the iconic yellow tag. This is like mandated. This language, this color, this tag is like mandated by law to be on all kids' clothing. Again, I don't know. So if it says right here, this garment is not flame resistant. And it says garment should fit snugly. This garment is not flame resistant. So I'm thinking, because there's so much literature about how bad flame retardant chemicals are, he has a lot of sleepwear that isn't so tight. And so I'm thinking that those untight materials have flame retardant chemicals on them. But if you're trying to go the holistic way, let's say, you have to trade that chemical for that tightness so that there's no oxygen, right? Because like a loose clothing could catch a lot easier than something tight. It's just theorizing. I don't know. Something I was reading while waiting for stuff to render.